today with President George Washington. Mr. President, thank you for being here. President Washington, where and when were you born?
I was born on February 22nd, 1732 at Pope Creek Plantation in Virginia.
What were the remarkable times of your life?
Probably the biggest event in my life was winning the Revolutionary War. Our country became free from unfair taxes, and we didn't have to listen to the King of England anymore. I also was the first president of the United States. The country never had a single leader before, because each colony had their own leaders. I had to teach myself how to do the job. All of the presidents after me got the memo. I had a long, amazing military career. I led a group of soldiers in the French and Indian War. Later, I became a general, commander-in-chief of the American troops. We beat the biggest army in the world to win the war.
If I may be so bold, what difficulties or setbacks did you encounter?
First off, my dad died when I was only 11 years old. I could not go to school in England because my family did not have enough money, and I was to do most of my dad's duties. My older brother Lawrence encouraged me to fill in the blanks of my education to help me in life. In the French and Indian War, my troops were outnumbered, so they surrendered. I had to lead them all back to Virginia. I also led a ragtag set of troops who were badly trained and were badly clothed in 1775 during the Revolutionary War. The troops wanted to go home, but I convinced them to stay. When I was president, it was hard because the political parties were not getting along. I had to stay on for a second term because both parties thought that I was a good leader.
Mr. President, what character traits do you have in your life?
I had many character traits that have shaped how I live. I do things that I always don't want to do because it is the right thing to do. I did not want to lead the Revolutionary War because the colonies needed me because I had experience during the French and Indian War. I did not want to be president, but my country needed me again because I was a good leader. I did it because I knew it was the right thing to do, but all the time I just wanted to farm. I'm also brave. I went out to the frontier by myself when I was a surveyor. I'm not afraid to do things that have never been done before. I like being president and leading an army of American troops. I'm a hard-working man. I did my dad's work when I was only 11. I had to teach myself how to do things like being a surveyor or a general. I also had a lot of farmland that I had to manage. I didn't give up on projects once. I have started them during the French and Indian War. I couldn't have given up when we surrendered. I led the troops back home in the Revolutionary War. I wanted to give up when I saw that my troops had no experience, but I stayed on. When I was president, I could have given up after my first term, but my country needed me, so I stayed.
What lessons from your life do you want to share with other people?
One lesson that I have learned is to work hard and if you do things that you don't always want to do. And work hard at school, you can succeed. Another lesson I learned is to finish a job because you shouldn't quit once you've started. If I had quit being a general, America might have not won the war. If I quit being president, the country might have gone back to individual colonies and failed. I also think that people should be confident in themselves. If you have confidence, you will be able to stick with a project.
Thank you, Mr. President.